at the moment I'm not happy with like where I am physically, mentally. Or mentally I'm fine, but like physically and like I guess yeah, I guess wealth wise, like I want to be like further along. So I guess that's why I'm hard on myself because if I'm not achieving stuff quickly or like more efficiently, I'm obviously not working hard enough. So it just it just coincides with that. But then the ironic thing is like you do that so much that you actually start to become less efficient because it gets too much.
Mate, trust me, yeah, I've been subjected to that the last few days. It's one of those things, right? It's um it's just like a kind of like a fact, right? If you set yourself up with goals, but you just keep piling stuff on, like you just give yourself a higher and higher workload, and you're not achieving these goals at realistic rate, or you're not moving forwards or progressing at a steady rate, all you're going to do is put yourself at a disadvantage. There's nothing worse than, but it's like you said yourself, you like to take a step back, freeze your brain, and like put things into perspective, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you should be doing that with your goals. Like take stuff time at like a step at a time, because you got to think, right? Right now, the goal of being a millionaire for whatever reason, whether it's for experiences or whether it's for material things, which I obviously know it's not for you, but I'm just saying
No, yeah, yeah, I know.
the objective of like making millions, being extremely successful as a businessman or an entrepreneur, whatever you want to be, that is, something that's far away. It's not going to take months. It's not going to
No,
take
yeah, like
weeks.
5, 10 years.
So
Like
yeah, so I think if you take time and break it down, because I feel like the good thing is that you're recognizing now that you're giving yourself very high goals to reach, right?
yeah, that's where I know I have good self awareness. So that's one thing that I do know I have. Same
Yeah.
with work at the work.
So yeah, exactly. So that's the good thing. So it's a good step. So now you can sort of maybe spend some time putting into perspective what your goals should be right now. So maybe, you know, I feel like something like so vague as being a millionaire is a goal that should be sort of in the back of your mind. Like it should be like a secondary goal. So something that you can in a few years or a couple of decades be like, damn, I finally did it, I finally made it. But or it has to be something that's attached to a more tangible dream, a tangible goal. So if you want to be a millionaire, maybe say, okay, so you've been getting into trading and stuff like that, yeah. So
Yep.
if you attached that goal of being a millionaire or getting money just in general with a more tangible goal, such as, okay, I want to be making X amount per day trading, or I want to own a trading website, and then you just break it down more and more. You say, okay, so that's still like a high goal to reach, right? Because
Just
it's not
steps.
easy. Yeah, it's not easy to be making, thousands or tens of thousands or even hundreds per day from trading. It takes a lot of experience, it takes a lot of knowledge and a lot of intuition. So you got to
Yeah.
break it down further, go like a step down the ladder. You got to say, okay, fine, maybe I won't be making hundreds right now, but if I look on the market. So say that there's this book, right, that is within the world of trading is known to be, extremely helpful. It's just got all the basics down. It teaches you techniques. It teaches you how to read the graphs, that kind
Yeah,
of thing,
yeah, yeah.
right? So maybe you say, okay, that's one of my goals. That's one of my short-term goals. Just read the book because that's so easy, right?
Yeah, of course.
All it takes is a few days, and then you can step, and then the next rung up from that one would be like, okay, make my first 50 quid, like invest, like make a turnover. So invest 10, make 20.
So you're
Do you get what I
saying,
mean?
yeah, so just create those steps to get to that big goal.
Yeah, man, if you have to, just like
Yeah,
literally
that makes,
build
yeah,
out a whole graph, build out a whole diagram of a step ladder and these steps you need to follow. Because it seems that you're a perfectionist, right? And you're a perfectionist, you're a dreamer, and you're a high achiever, which means that you like things, being planned out, going how
yeah,
they
yeah,
should be, and
yeah,
things being very efficient. And the
yeah,
best way to do that is to plan. Yeah. Like
yeah,
any
agreed.
sort of business process, any business with a business goal, they draw up plans. They draw up plans. So many plans, Spence. Oh my God, so many plans. Like you've just got to draw up like a fat plan if that's what you want to do. You could draw yourself up a plan. and just build these things, these tiny steps. Because right now, the unrealistic goal of making money, all it's going to do is put you at a disadvantage.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think you're right with the fact that I preach it as well, where when you're ever stuck in a rut, you should always just set those small goals which are easily achievable. But the fact that you're achieving something is that good feeling. It's like when
Yeah,
you achieve
exactly.
something, it gives you that feeling of just it's a
Yeah, you get
rewarding
like
feeling, isn't it?
endorphins. It's it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's yeah, it's just how life works, isn't it?
yeah.
You
That's
have a hard you have a hard task, you finish it, you get in this release. You're like, oh, you get a rush. You're like, wow, I've actually overcome it. And all that is chasing that, because that gets the ball rolling. And that's what I mean. That's why the whole ladder thing. Like, obviously, I'm not a low life coach, and I'm not a guru. I'm nothing, right? I know I'm on your level, but this is just my advice from you as a mate. My advice from me to you as a mate, as an equal.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just something that I would do
yeah. It makes a
is
lot of
if
sense.
if I was up against, so if I, because right now I don't, I know for a fact that if I did what you did and I set myself some crazy goal, like, okay, I want to be prime minister. I
Yeah,
know that if it, because I'm somewhat similar to you in the way that I'm a massive perfectionist and I'm a high achiever. So if I set myself a goal and I'm very solid in that goal, then all it will do is taunt me until I get it, right? So setting something unrealistic is not going to help you. In fact, it's best just push it at the back to the back of your mind for now, because it's not something that's going to give you it's not something you're going to achieve soon, and it's not something that's going to be helpful. What's helpful is small term goals.
yeah, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah,
But I think it's just the long term goal gives you a sort of direction in a way. I think
for
that's
sure.
why.
But you can still think about it, just maybe not day to day thinking, okay, because obviously, if like that whole thing, you're overwhelmed and you got to take a step back. It's
Yeah,
A lot of people don't need to do that because they don't set themselves those high goals, which overwhelm them, stuff like that, or they don't have a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of things flying through their brain.